Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining us, welcome to the world of Auto Gele Magic, and to my returning subscriber, you are welcome as well. So today we'll be learning how to make this trendy Zara beret. If that is something you are interested in, kindly keep on watching and make sure you subscribe, you like and you share. So the material for our Zara beret, we need your tape rule, you will need your plastic bony. This is the biggest one in the market right now. The one that is not sewable, you will need like 5 yards for it, 5 yards of bony. You need your needle and thread. You need your scissors to cut your fabric, and you need your pins and the fabric. This fabric I'm using here is called baby fabric. You can use any stretchy fabric of your choice, and the measurements for the fabric, the width is 29 and the length is 29, so it's 29 by 29. So after that, then we'll fold in 2 inches as our band. The band will be sewed together. We are not sewing the band separately, we are sewing. So let's say this is the band. This band length of 2 inches after the band. Then after measuring 2 inches after the band, you now measure another 1.5 inch. But this 1.5 inch will serve as 4 splits. We are going to create 5 pleats. So this 1.5 will start as split 1. Then the space between one pleat and the other pleat will be 1 inch space. 1 inch space. So this one will be 4 splits. Then the space of 1 inch. Then you create another pleat of 1.5 inches. That will be pleat 2. So we create this pleat in 5 places on the fabric. I'm just using this paper as an illustration. After the band, listen again. After the band, you measure 2 inches. After that 2 inches, then you measure 1.5 for your pleat. First pleat is 1.5. Then the space between one plate and the other plate will be 1 inch. So this is the space. Then after the space, you measure another 1.5 inches. This is plate 2. So you are going to create this plate in 5 places, and the space between one plate and the other will be 1 inch. So I want created like 5 plates. I think I forgot to explain that. You will now take this plate 1, this first place that you mark, and the second place. You pin it together this way. You add it together, then you pin it down. You take this other side again, this place and this place. You pin, you hold it together, then you pin it, because you are going to sew on that straight line for it to be straight. The second pleat also, this is the space. This is from here to here, the 2 marks you created. You join the 2 marks together this way. There is the second pleat. Then you pin it together. Then you join the other one too. From here to here, you join it together and you pin it. You do this for the 5 pleats. You do this for the 5 pleats. So this has created 1 plate, 2 pleats. So you do this in 5 places before you now start sewing it. This is what I'm doing here. I can sew it directly on the fabric without using chalk to mark it, but if for beginner's sake, that's why I illustrated on this book, so that it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, here is it. Here are the plates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I said. So 1 inches is the space of the plate 1 inches. So it's only this one after the one after this band that is 2 inches. So now we'll put in our bony. You can buy 5 yards to be on the safe side. 5 yards of bone to be on the safe side. Now I'm going to measure the one I use for the first one. The first one, that's the one for the first plate. I'm going to be using 28. The second one, I'll be coming down by 1 inch. The second one will be 27. Okay, let me go down by 2 inch. Second one will be 26. The third one will be 24. 24 for the third one. The fourth one will be 22. And the fifth one will be 20 inches. The fifth one will be 20 inches. The fifth one with 20 inches. So now it's time to start inserting it. Before we start inserting the bunny, you pick the first plate, stitch down 4.5 inches, or let me say 4 inches. Let me stitch down 4 inches. So after stitching that, you now repeat the same process again. Same process. Once you get here, you start pushing it in. See? Push it in, push it in, push it in, push it in. So this is what you are going to do for all the whole 5 boning. You're going to push it in, push it in, push it in very well. Then this side, the last part, you stitch it down. It might be a bit hard now that boning is inside, but you still have to work your way through it and stitch it down. So this is what the first part look like. You can see it has given us what we are looking for already. So now we do the second one. Before we start doing the second one might be hard because of this first one. You have to work your way through it. We stitch down. You know the boning is 1 inches interval, so you add it to this one. You know this one I stitch in 4 inches. So since this first part I stitch at 4 inches, so this second part, you know the boning is 26 inches, so I stitch this place as 5 inches. You understand? So now I'll put the second boning. Putting the other bonings will be a bit hard because of this first one and because of the way it's round. You just have to work your way through it. Yeah, you pass it gently. It won't be very easy to pass now because of the first one, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You can see it's a bit tedious, but remove. I think I'll have to fix it off camera to make it this video not to be too long. Then I'll show you when I get to before I stitch the mouth, before I close it up. So I have pushed it to this place that I stitch. Now it's time to start pulling it in, just like we did for the first one. You'll be stretching your fabric, pushing it in. You can see the way I'm doing it, just like we did the first one. So this is what we are going to do for every of the boning. So when you get to this last part now, you stitch it down to hold the boning in place, to hold it inside. So you can see, stitch this third one. The third one I stitch at 6 inches. Remember, this one is 4, this one is 5, so this one, the third one is 6, so the other one will be 7. Then this one, because it's the smallest, I can't say the amount now until I push it in. So let's do this third one, which is the 24 inches boning. We push it inside, because I discovered that the second part, the second one that I did, the video was not showing very well, so I decided to show this third one and you guys will see. Push your boning, you push it first. You push your boning first to that place that you stitch it before you now start pushing it in. So that's just the logic. You first of all push the boning inside to that place that you stitch before you now start the pushing process. So now you can get to that place. Now we start the pushing process, which is pushing the boning so that all the stretching of that fabric will be out. You can see that as you are pushing itself, everything is rounding. So that's just the effect we want to get. So you can use any stretchy fabric to make this. This one is baby fabric. You can use, there's the one they call yori yori. You can also use, and there's this one that they call metallic. Is a metallic one like this. It's also stretchy. You can use it too. Then I'll stitch it. So I have done the fourth one. So now for the last one, I did not stitch this first part because I want to push it inside first and make sure it's at the middle before I now stitch this part that will hold it. You get what I'm saying? So we are going to put the bone inside first so that it will be at the middle since it's the smallest. So we have to make sure it's at the middle. So I did not stitch the beginning first. So we push it, we put the bone inside first. It's not going to be easy now that there's a lot of bone inside. You can see everything is just turning. Well, you just have to make do with it and make sure the bone is at the middle before we stitch the two side and before we start pulling it like the way we did it. I push it inside now. You can see it's at the middle. So I'm going to stitch this place. We push it a bit so that it will be maybe less. I know this one is longer than it, so I'll push it a little bit, maybe like 1 inch difference from this place before I stitch it down. You get what I'm saying? You can see now that the difference is like 1 inch. The spaces are, so I'll now stitch this side. So now that I stitch, we'll now start pulling it just like we did the others. Pull. Then after pulling, I stitch the other side too. Now the next step is to start stacking down needle and thread. The machine has finished is our work. At this point, it's meant for us to start using our needle and thread to start to tack. But we have to arrange it first. See the way it is. Then you match the two mouths together and you measure your head circumference. Since the fabric is a stretchy fabric, if your head circumference is 24, you have to reduce it to 22. You understand? Because it's a very stretchy, so that it should be firm on your head. Since it's like beret, it should not be big, it should be firm on your head. So my head circumference is 24, so I will reduce it to 22. So I will use this pin to hold this side so that the two mouths will be together. Then I will now measure my head circumference. Like I said earlier, my circumference is 24, so I will use 22 because it's stretchy. So 22 divided by 2, that's 11 inches. So I will now measure. I'll put the two mouths together and measure 11 inches. It won't be easy to measure, but you put through. See the way I'm doing it. Just take your time and do yours too, that way. So now this is where 11 inches is. So 11 inches here. Use your pin to hold it in place. So here it is. So now from this 11 inches is where we now start stitching. But before we stitch, we make sure that the two mouths are together. Don't stitch the bony. We do our gather stitch with our needle and thread. Don't stitch the bony, you stitch only the fabric. But you make sure the two, like this one now, I hope you can see because the fabric is a bit much. This mouth and the second mouth should be in the same line. You get what I mean? You can use pin to hold it down first before you start your running stitching. You see what I'm doing? The two is in the same line. Then I'll pick the second one too and make sure the mouths are facing each other this way. Then I'll pin the fabric down before we start using our needle and thread to do running stitch on it. The third one, do for the fourth, the fifth. Here it is. After using office pin to just hold it in place, our beret is coming together. So now we now start using our needle and thread to create the running stitches. join the two mouths together, make sure they are equal. Then it depends on how much space you want to be here. I will start my hand from here. Let's see. Okay, start it from here. Then start creating your running stitches. This one is there is no rule to it. Just do running stitches just like you normally do for the back of turban. So just continue creating your running stitch. As simple as that. We have done the major work. Now get to this place. So as you are stitching it, you remove the office pin. Remove the office pin so that it will not cut the needle, or it will not choke your peck your own hand also. So since I gather it, I remove the office pin so it will not choke my hand, because this the tacking is another major work here also, because we use it too. So I have stitched it. See my thread tangles, so don't make your own thread to be too long. So I have stitched it to the point of my head circumference, then I will go back again, go back that through that same line again, so that to make it firm, very very firm. So this side that I cut the thread, I will use the two threads to tack each other so that it will be one. I can continue what I'm doing. Okay, me. So don't make your thread to be too long, just like I did. So now is one thread. So now that I've stitched everything in place, so see the inside is very neat. This side I cannot leave it like this. So you cannot either cut it off and place a bowl on it, or you use this one to create like bowl. I see some people, they will just fold it like this. Here will not be big. No, I use it to create like a rose. Just be careful at what I'm doing. I'm twisting the hand to the front, twisting it like this. You see what I did here? Just to create like that rose effect. Then you push out this one out. So there is it. See? Just twist this place. Just on this side, you turn it down. Use pin to pin it in place. Then you use your office, or you can just cut it off. The thing is, if you don't want yours like this, after you have gathered the stitch here, you can just cut the remaining fabric up. You cut it off and use like applique to cover that side part. That's another beauty to it. But since I don't have any applique to use at home now, so I decided to use the remaining fabric to just place like donuts, or let's say rose in this place. You get what I mean? So if you don't want this, you can just cut it off and place applique to cover this side, as in to cover that gathered part. But you can also do it this way, and it will come out very beautiful as well. So now we start tacking the small rose we did. We start tacking it down. Hope you get what I mean. Tacking does not have a thing to it. You just tack and make sure everything is in place. You tack and you like what you see, as in you tack till everything is firm. Once everything is firm and it stays in one place, then you are good to go. You understand? So this part now, I'm just going to tack this thing down. I will tack it to this place underneath it, so that the tacking will not show on top. So I will tack it underneath, so it will stay firm like this on this part. I'll tack it around, and I will make sure it doesn't show inside. So the inside part has to be neat, you can see. And I will tack it, but the thread will not show, because you just come out. Once you come out, you go maybe. So the previous one was how I did that gold one that everybody liked. So I decided to make another rose for this bag. So what I did was, the mouth of the fabric, this mouth that was open, everything was open like this. So I just fold this side, fold the other side together, then I use my pin to pin it down. I use my pin to pin it down, the two mouths together. So I do the same thing, I just fold it inside like this, fold the other one inside, then hold it together. So I will now use my sewing machine to sew it down, to make it neat. So after sewing it down, I will now turn it like this, you can see, just to be like a rose. After I use my sewing machine to sew everything down, as I'm sewing it, I'll be removing the pin that I used to, this place that is open. I'll fold it very well again. I'll stitch it down so it will be neat. This place also, I will stitch this one down on sewing machine. Then after stitching it down, I will now turn it like this, just as if I want to make a rose. I will tilt this one inside, carry this one like this underneath it. You can see the way it is, and I will use my needle and thread to tack it down. Then after tacking it down, I will now tack it. I will tack all this place down to this part. You can also glue your own, but I prefer tacking it down. I don't want any glue on this. So you tack this one too. You can tack it inside, to give the rose a dimension. So I'm going to do everything that I've explained now. I'm not show you what it looks like. Here is the finished look of our beautiful Zara beret. You can look at this side that I told you earlier. I've tacked everything down. I saw this little applique. I tried to glue it on it. You can be creative about this part. Your own can be more beautiful than this. So I love this the way it is. So I decided to leave it this way. So here it is. Here is the side. Here is the back view. And the other side, you can see how beautiful it is. So here is the end of today's video. Make sure you subscribe before you go. Comment, like. If you have any other design or style you want me to do for you, you can send it to me through the WhatsApp number on the screen. Bye bye for now. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.